Prepper Basics, a Chinese proverb every prepper needs to pay attention to. This is Throttle Up Prepper. Prepper Basics, a Chinese proverb every prepper needs to pay attention to. This is Throttle Up Prepper, and no, I'm not talking about Calgon, take me away. Ancient Chinese secret, huh? If you're, if you're not over 40 years old, you might not have a clue what I'm talking about. But anyway, to those of you who are, that was funny. And if you're not, well then, you're going to have to trust your old Uncle Jeff on this one. That one was funny. Here is my my idiot-proof adaptation. So all of you people who like to yell at me for not looking at the camera, there you go. All right, so what are we talking about today, Jeff? Proverbs, Chinese, what do you need, an egg roll? What's going on? Let me tell you, I am delirious. Still sick. The flu is gone, thank God, but apparently I've decided to move on to bronchitis. So I have taken one for the team today. Moments ago, I was tucked in my bed, all fast asleep, dreaming about doing this, apparently. So here I am. Listen, we talk a lot about natural disaster and man-made disasters and emergency preparedness, whether it's an EMP in a grid down situation, zombie apocalypse. There's all kinds of instances where we gotta be prepared. You've got bug out bags that are like my 511 Rush 12, a 12-hour pack, 24-hour pack, 72 packs. You got week-long bags. You got all kinds of stuff for all different intervals. And when we pack our food or store our food, we're thinking usually in terms of 24 hours and 3 days and a week and 2 weeks and 30 days and different intervals that we prep for. But not very often, sometimes, but not very often do I hear any of you fellers out there talk about long term. I'm talking the long game. I'm talking Monopoly. That game is long. Anyway, it's a good game, except for when your son beats you, which is all the time. But at any rate, long-term storage, and I'm not even talking about storage, I'm talking about production. And one of the things, I think part of it is my Italian background that gets me thinking, with my green thumb, although it might be green from other reasons right now. And actually, I kind of stink at gardening per se, but, let's get to the proverb. The Chinese say, what is the best time to plant a tree? And the answer is 20 years ago. What is the second best time to plant a tree? The answer is today. So when we just moved into the new bunker, the new homestead, just over a year ago, one of the first things we did was we planted a couple of fig trees, kind of impromptu. It was, the fall when we moved, we didn't have much time, and I just threw some stuff out there. I'm going to take you on location here in a moment. I'm going to show you that this isn't all just flapping my gums. You like that? That was a nice visual. Visual stuff from the blind guy. Gotta love it. There, I beat you to it. You were probably going to put that at the bottom of the screen. And then this past fall, marking a year here at the house, we decided to plant a few more trees, and I got some cherry trees out there. And we'll go take a look at them in a second. And, the fig trees are kind of itty-bitty, but I already got about a half a dozen figs off of each one, so they do produce some. Now, definitely a long-term proposition. I'm going to be honest with you. I know I got them in the wrong spot in the yard. They need to be a little more sunny. But I listened to the missus, and now I got to relocate them this year. In the next probably a couple of weeks. Getting close to springtime here, despite what Puxatawny Phil had to say. And then the cherry trees, I don't know. According to the guy that sold it to us, we should have some cherries this year. Again, I'm not expecting any bountiful harvest. Those suckers are maybe 5 feet tall. But again, looking down the road a bit, I don't know. When is the poop going to hit the fan? I don't know. Will it be this year? Could be. And if it does, guess what? Then I've done all this for nothing. I put a little money in the economy. I had some fun. Got my hands dirty. Reduced my carbon footprint like I care. Whatever, it is what it is. But who knows when it's going to happen? It could happen this year. It could happen next year. It could happen 4 or 5 years down the road. You start getting to 4 or 5 years, even 3 years down the road with some of these varieties of fruit trees. And you could be pulling in some significant crops that you could can or have. And, vitamins, minerals, fiber, all good. Specifically, I went with the cherry trees for that vitamin C. Our matey can't be having no scurvy. Who knows? Maybe if I had a cherry tree a few years ago I planted, I'd have enough vitamin C in me now. I wouldn't have bronchitis, but I don't know about that. But anyway, let's go on location, shall we? Now, through the magic of editing. Ready? Let's go. Okay, all right, whatever. Hey, welcome back. It is magical. And for the record, I'm squatting down because this isn't even waist high on me. But we're over here. It's fairly sunny now because the trees ain't got no leaves. But we will be relocating over that way where it's full sun, even with leaves on trees. But even at this puny little size, these couple trees produced about a half a dozen very tasty figs each. So, how long does it take for it to be worth your while? I don't know. We got figs right away. And I don't recall what I paid. I think it was about $10 each bush. So right now they were expensive figs. But as we get into the coming years and they get bigger and produce more and more, it's a great deal. Let's go take a look at the cherry tree now. Hey, here we are. Welcome one of my 2 cherry trees. These are the new additions. Got them because, well, I like cherries and I like cherry trees and I like not having scurvy. Vitamin C, can't beat it. These are actually both of my cherry trees are the Bing variety. Now I know what you're thinking. Jeff, you're Italian, man. Shouldn't they be the Bada Bing? Nothing? No? Okay. Well, these are bronchitis. So, pardon me. Yeah, so a little over 5 feet tall, give or take, and I'm expecting we'll have cherries this year. How many? I don't know. Will it be worth it? Well, at $20 a tree and a little sweat equity, I'm not so sure. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But in the event we don't end up in an SHTF situation this year or next year, this could be a very wise investment. These grow very fast, and believe me, I am going to be fertilizing the heck out of these things in hopes that we'll get maximum growth before that day ever should come. And hopefully it doesn't. And if it doesn't, we're just going to have some beautiful cherry bearing trees here in the front yard. Listen, the point is, the best time to have planted this would have been 20 years ago. I wasn't here 20 years ago. I'm here now. So we've planted them now. And this spring, I'm going to plant some other stuff. I might plant a couple of chestnut trees. My wife loves chestnuts. Or I might plant a chestnut and a walnut. I don't know. I'm going to plant something else, though. And make this little area that I call my part of the world, I'm going to make it produce. Because I stink at tomatoes. It's not my thing. I'm not real good with the gardening. But the trees, I do okay. The point is, get started now. Do something. Is better than nothing. And sooner is better than later. Remember, we are all about looking down the road and getting ready for whatever may come our way. If you haven't heard, if you didn't catch the last video last week, we got a little giveaway going on. I've got a couple of extra bracelets in that I decided to make. Apparently I also don't know how to count, so I made some extra. And if you would like to get in on that giveaway from before, go over to my website. It's brand new, throttleupprepper.com, and subscribe to the blog. And then while you're there and you subscribe to the blog, shoot me an email, jeff@throttleupprepper.com, and give me your address, and we'll mail you absolutely free of charge a nice paracord bracelet that I made myself. A little gift from me to you. You can never have too much cordage. Listen, we don't know what's going to come our way or when it could come, but let's be prepared no matter what comes our way. Please like this video and subscribe and tell a friend. God bless.